Hey, it's Jordan Manis here. I look forward to facilitating your breathwork session or your breathwork class soon. Just want to make sure that you understand the Revelation Breathwork technique and feel comfortable doing it so that by the time we get to our session or our class, you feel much more comfortable with what you're going to be doing. And so I've got some notes in front of me. I want to make sure I cover everything, but um, let's just start with saying that this is a technique. It's a very simple technique, and I'm going to demonstrate it for you in a moment. And it's pretty simple. You'll be lying down for the class, and you'll have your eyes closed while you're doing the breathing technique, and you'll lie down as flat as possible. So I'm currently sitting on a yoga mat. I'll show you in a moment. No pillow behind your head, as you don't want to constrict the airway in any way. You also don't want to cross your ankles or cross your legs. You want them to be straight in front of you. You can bend your knees if you have lower back issues or if it's more comfortable. That's up to you. So I'll show you again the technique in a moment, and I'll demonstrate. The class consists of two parts. So you'll start out with an active breathing portion of the class. It's about 30 minutes. We'll be playing music, and it's all through your mouth. So it's a belly breath, and I'm going to show you the technique in a moment, but about 80 to 85% of your inhale comes into the belly, and then you top it off in the chest, and then you let it go. So it looks something like this, or it sounds something like this. And I'll demonstrate lying down in a moment. And you'll be able to really see kind of the air going into the belly and what that looks like when you top it off on the chest and then just let it go. The music is obviously going to have a beat, and it's going to start off a little slower with some slower songs, and then it'll get into some faster songs. And as the energy and the beat build, as the songs progress, you'll have an opportunity to build your energy and the rhythm of your breath as we move along through the class. And that's an opportunity that I invite you to take advantage of if you're comfortable, but start off slow. Just definitely take it slow at the beginning, especially if you're new to this work. And each experience is different, by the way. So even if you've done this 100 times, you may want to be gentle with yourself early on and just kind of feel how your body is feeling that day. And again, I'm going to show you this technique in a minute. About 3/4 of the way through the active breathing portion of the class, you'll be breathing and you'll start to get out of your head and you'll get more into your body. And about 3/4 of the way through, I'm going to invite you during one of the songs to let out a primal scream and just let it all out. And some people say this is really their favorite part of class and their favorite part of the breathing experience. And so I really invite you to go for it and give it a try. If you are, going to be around other people, meaning other people are maybe in your house while you're doing this primal scream, you might want to give them a heads up beforehand, before the class starts, or bring a pillow to yell into. We don't want to startle anybody, but we do want you to fully release the primal scream. And then we'll have about one more song of active breathing after the primal scream song. And then we'll move into the second part of the class. And part two, the energy is much more mellow. And I'll instruct everyone to stop doing the active breathing through the mouth, and you'll just lie back and breathe normally through your nose for the last 3 songs. And I'll instruct you that that's what we're doing. And it's just like Shavasana breathing in yoga. You're not thinking about your breath anymore. You're not doing any kind of belly chest anymore. You're just going in and out of the nose and soaking in and experiencing the benefits of all the work you just did during the active breathing session. Okay, so let me lie down and demonstrate some of this technique. So again, as you'll notice, what we're going to do here is we're going to be focusing on trying to get 80 to 85% of the breath right into that belly. And if you're new, and even if you're not, you may enjoy putting your hands on your belly, kind of your thumbs in your belly button, and feeling that air rise your belly up. So you want to have your mouth open. You're not like sucking through a straw, but really open up. So that's belly, chest, exhale. As you start to go faster, you might notice that you're able to go at a little faster pace like this. And then when you're really moving and you're really getting things going, it might be a little bit more like this. Okay, so let's pause for a minute and practice that. So I highly encourage you to pause the video now and just kind of practice that breathing. And during class, as the facilitator, I'll be guiding you, and I might make some suggestions and reminders: belly, chest, exhale. And I might say, try a little faster: belly, chest, exhale, belly, chest, exhale. Those are just guidance, some suggestions. You don't have to follow that if that's not feeling right, but you do want to stick with the technique, belly, chest, exhale. A couple things about the technique real quick. The exhale is not a push. So it's not a big forceful push. That's not what it is. And it's also not a sigh where we're just letting everything go real slowly. It's not, okay, that's not what we're doing either. So it's, so as you go, you're going to start to get this technique down, but definitely keep in mind that it takes a little bit of practice. And during the first few songs, you're probably going to be in your head thinking, am I doing this right? What is this song? Do I like this song? But after a few songs, just stay with the breath. All that goes away and you'll get out of your head. You'll get into your body. Okay. Let's see. There's really two keys to get the most out of this practice. And it's really focus on the deep belly breath, just really focusing on getting that most of that inhale, 85% going into the belly, and then just top it off on the chest and then letting it go. But really that deep belly breath is important with this work. And the second key to getting the most out of this practice is the intention that you have, the intention to, as you breathe, as you go through the class, to open your heart space with each breath. Just open that heart space with each breath and continue to allow whatever wants to come up in this process to come up. It could be different each time. It could be different for you than someone else. And being open, surrendering to the experience is really important to get the most out of this. So it's really the technique of the breath, that deep belly breath, and then the intention to open that heart space and allow whatever's happening to take place. This is an incredible opportunity for healing, for surrendering, and letting you have whatever experience you're having, and not having expectations of what it should be or could be, but instead just allowing it without judgment. Okay. By the way, the breath is a very physical experience. And so this technique comes with some common sensations. So as you're going through a Revelation Breathwork class, there's some common sensations that I thought would be helpful to tell you about. Now, it's not necessarily normal or not normal because these are common, but they may be common for you, but not for someone else, or vice versa. So it's nice to have a little bit of heads up in case you're experiencing any of these common sensations during the class. And as you're breathing. So first thing, as you start out, you're going to have a monkey mind, as I mentioned, and you're going to be thinking a lot, and you're going to be worried, am I doing the technique right? What's supposed to be happening? Am I following the suggestions of the facilitator correctly? As you start to breathe and get through the class more and more, just stick with the breath. You'll notice that that monkey mind quiets down. Because you're breathing in and out of your mouth, you're taking in a lot more oxygen than usual. So it's common to get a little lightheaded. That's very common. As you're laying down, you're taking the deep belly breaths. You might feel that way. You might think, am I going to pass out? But you're fine. Stick with the technique. The lightheadedness goes away fairly quickly. You can always slow down if you need to, and that can help you quite a bit. Feel calmer if you're feeling like, things are too uncomfortable. Another fairly common experience is that the energy and oxygen start to move through your body. And so you might start to feel some tingling in your forehead, your cheeks, your face, your neck, your arms, anywhere in your body. You might start to feel tingling. That's a very common sensation. Also, as your body is opening and starting to release, there could be some common sensations of tightening that occur. So as you're breathing, you may feel your whole face and neck get really tight. Your lips could feel very tight. This is totally safe, totally normal, totally common. Your hands might start to be like lobster claws, and they might, kind of scrunch up. Some people, that's just fine. They go with it. Other people, they want to massage their hands, and as the class is going, that's fine too. But it's very common for that to occur. It's a normal sensation for some people. Okay, a couple other things. As you're breathing, you might feel like your body's stuck to the floor and just really heavy. Some people get really warm during this work, and other people get really cold. And so it's nice to have a blanket close by in case you're feeling the cold sensations and you want to cover yourself up. Lastly, some people might feel their bodies start to wiggle a little bit, or other people might just have a desire to dance or wiggle a little bit and just feel like as the energy is moving around, that's what they want. And just surrender. So I invite you to surrender to whatever experience you're having and let go. Again, if it's too uncomfortable, if anything's too uncomfortable, just slow the breathing down, the pace of that breath. And that's like taking your foot off the gas. And also remember that all these things will normalize. Everything will normalize once we get to the rest breathing portion of that class. That portion, again, the last 10 minutes or so, where we're not doing the active breathing technique through our mouth anymore. We're just breathing like we're in Shavasana through the nose and out the nose, in and out through the nose. All right, so that is all. Again, I highly recommend you practice this technique a little bit just to get more and more comfortable with it. And I look forward to being with you and breathing with you soon. Thanks.